Hey, yo, what's the deal? That's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I mean? As of this recording right now, it is 4:23 p.m., September 15, 2025. You know what I mean? And welcome to another week of pro wrestling news and drama. You know what I mean? Where do I start? First and foremost, I just want to give a big, suck my dick shout out to this one dude. I think he goes by the name of T Mills. Like some bum ass motherfucker who he got mad at me, an AEW sicko. He got mad at me because I told the truth about how, you know, AEW running a show in New Orleans isn't gonna do shit. That shit ain't gonna work. So I love getting under the sicko's skin. Like this dude's from fucking London, man. Like, come on, man. You got nothing great in that fucking country. Come on, B. Come on, man. You fucking twink. You're a twink. Fuck out of here. And I got more. If the motherfucker want to say something, I got more. You British bitch. Fucking teabag motherfucker. You're a fag. You know what we call cigarettes? Fags over there. So let's get on with the discussion, right? I mean, y'all hear the water in the back. I mean, water. Y'all hear the water in the back. I mean, I'm washing my dishes, nigga. So there was a report last night that came out. It was around late last night on Sunday, right? About one specific person in AEW who for some weird reason, his name just happened to come up. Claudio Castagnoli, right? So apparently Fightful had the report of Claudio Castagnoli's contract, right? Where Sean Ross Sapp said how, you know, Castagnoli has about 18 months left in his deal, and Tony Khan wants him for the long term and such. Now, why would he bring him up? You know, why the fuck would he bring up Claudio Castagnoli? Huh? What, did something happen? You know what I mean? There's some bullshit happen between Castagnoli and AEW where he wasn't seen on TV and shit? Did something come up? I don't know. Did he say something to Tony Khan? I don't know. I will say this, though. If Claudio Castagnoli was a free agent, a.k.a. Cesaro, would I want to see WWE bring him back? No, absolutely not. I wouldn't want to see. I honestly would not want to see Castagnoli come back, and I'll tell you why. Because Castagnoli, just like Nick Nemeth, just like Matt Cardona, right, and a few other people, they're washed goods. Washed goods basically means that these are people who, and yes, I understand they ruled supreme under the Vince administration. I get it. You know what I mean? Vince didn't really look at them like that. You know what I mean? Like, he pushed others over these guys. But I think their push is a bit they're way past due. They're way past due. You know, like, I call these guys the FCW rejects, and I got a video I'm on the verge of doing. You know what I mean, about FCW. You know, to me, I think FCW is overrated. I'm gonna dive deep into the conversation of FCW when I get the chance, right? But you know, Claudio Castagnoli, you know, yes, Ring of Honor veteran and all this other great shit, right? Here's the thing, though. Okay, here's the thing. With Claudio Castagnoli, you know, what the fuck can you do with him? What the fuck can WWE do with him in 2025 if he was a free agent? 2025, 2026. I'll be honest, there's no value in Claudio Castagnoli. There isn't. There really isn't. Like, you really can't do shit with Cesaro. You can't. They tried many times with Cesaro, and I'm sorry, but he's not world champion material. He's not. He's a fucking indie darling. I mean, he's a motherfucking indie darling. To me, he's an indie darling. He's an indie darling that basically, you know, WWE tried many times. See, I'm not gonna lie. I did like his first gimmick in WWE when he was the rugby player. That fit. I mean, he looked like a motherfucking rugby player. But on top of everything else, like, what the fuck can Claudio Castagnoli bring to WWE in 2025? Nothing. You know, Toni Storm did an interview, right, where she said how, you know, she's never coming back to WWE and, you know, she's going to stay AEW for life. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. They all say that, right? They all say that. But, again, with Claudio Castagnoli, I mean, you know, what the fuck can AEW do? I mean, WWE do with Claudio. Let's keep it real. His AEW run was a fucking fail, too. You know what I mean? Like, people thought that, oh, you know, they was going to give him a push and all this other great shit. But no. They did absolutely nothing. They did nothing. WWE basically did nothing. He also had the other gimmick where he was like a, you know, with the suit. Yeah, I mean, I thought that was a clever gimmick too. But Cesaro is one of those wrestlers that there were a lot of missed opportunities for him. Some of it was his fault, and some of it wasn't his fault. Right? Some of it wasn't his fault, some of it was his fault. Now, I mean, I think because of the Vince effect, I think it's hard for me to see, you know, Claudio Castagnoli be, you know, a star or get a big push under this new regime. It's hard for me to see that. It really, really, really is hard. You know, like I said, him, Dolph Ziggler, Zack Ryder, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are basically missed pushes, right? Ironically enough, these are the same names that John Cena mentioned in his pipe bomb promo against CM Punk months ago, right? So, you know, you got to think. Like, you truly have to think. You know, what do you do with Claudio Castagnoli? Honestly, I'm going to say something very real. Let him stay in AEW. Let Claudio Castagnoli stay in AEW. Let him stay. You know, he's not a game changer. You know, and when I mentioned game-changing superstars, he was one who I was not mentioning. I mean, he clearly was one I was not mentioning. You know, but yeah, I mean, look, Claudio, let him retire in AEW. You know, you bring him back to WWE, there's nothing there in WWE with. There's nothing there, B. There's nothing there with him. I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry, but bringing back Claudio Castagnoli to WWE, it does nothing for both sides. Nothing. And you know what? I'll tell you what. Okay? If I have an idea, right? This is highly unlikely, but you know, it's wrestling. If they ever did bring Claudio Castagnoli back, right? If they ever brought him back, you know what I would do? This is going to come from left field. I'm talking about back to WWE. You got Rusev. You got Drew McIntyre. Right? Sheamus is there. William Regal is there. I would revitalize the stable from WWE 12. For TAQ. Remember there was a stable called the United Nations? Remember that? The United Nations? Right? I would do that. I would definitely do that. Look up the United Nations. I might put it in the description to see what I'm talking. If it's there, I'll put it in the description. But again, Claudio Castagnoli, I'm sorry. He brings nothing. He will bring nothing back to WWE. Like I said, they tried. It's just like Andrade, just like Karrion Kross. They tried so many times to push him, right? So many times, and there was nothing. And you know what? Maybe Vince was right about Claudio, about Cesaro, about the brass ring stuff. Maybe Vince saw something in Claudio that nobody else saw that we're being exposed to now. You know, Claudio cannot talk. Good wrestler, but he can't talk to save his fucking life. But this is what the fuck the indies do. And that's a problem. Anyway, guys, I'm about to be out. You know what I'm saying? I definitely will be coming with another video tonight. So stay tuned. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.